We are live, bitches. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Wow. Hello, everybody. Kind of cool. That one's kind of nice. I like that one. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Poofy hair, don't care.
I feel like a little girl with these pigtails. I love it.
I had some before the show, then I undid them.
Big puffs.
Looking like Pippi Longstocking, okay? And my little my hair and whatever. I don't know. When I braid, my hair curls up. Crazy. I don't know if it's me braiding too tight. I have no idea.
Probably.
Needs a good cut.
The trim. When I see you, I got you.
It's gonna need one before that.
No.
I mean, it's way overdue. Way.
Just make sure they don't take your length off, because then I'm gonna have to cut some back.
Girl, it'll be back. It'll be back.
Yeah, your hair grows like a weed, dude.
Mm-hmm. Only because I just got this Donna's recipe. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Okay.
Tabitha, if I could be a spokesperson, I would be a spokesperson.
All right, Tabitha, you heard her.
Tabitha, girl, look.
Oh, that's why I can't find it on my Facebook page. I ain't connected my channels today. Jesus.
It is Donna's recipe. And all I've used is 3 of the products. I just used the shampoo, the conditioner, and the peppermint oil. And my hair smells like sweet potatoes, and it's soft. Make me want to eat my own hair.
Did it smell like sweet potatoes?
It really does smell like sweet potatoes.
Okay.
It smells so good. And it only takes a little bit, y'all. All this I got, it only takes a little bit. It lathers up.
I need Donna's recipe.
Girl, it's wonderful. Makes my hair grow. I was shocked because I was using the same stuff for years, and they had changed their formula. QP, I was using QP forever and ever. Amy.
QP, we're not going to discuss it, but QP's not what it used to be.
No, they changed their recipe because I had buildup. I didn't used to have no buildup on my hair or nothing. So
that's because they're not owned by the same people anymore.
No, they're not owned by black people. We can tell. Believe me. We can tell.
Shots fired.
But Donna's recipe. She gonna be. I think she goes in Target. I mean, she's already got everything else in Target, but you can get it from Ulta Beauty Supply and online.
She's already in Target. Somebody posted a picture. Somebody in her family took a picture and sent it to her the other day.
I'm not sure I'm not sure if she's in all the Targets with the shampoo and stuff, but all her other stuff is there. Most of her other stuff is there. Yeah. And she was supposed to be moving the hair care line to Target as well. So
all I know is her recipe for carrots to taste like bacon is heaven.
Yep, I'm about to do I'm getting that cookbook. Or anybody that wants to get it for me for Christmas or my Miss JewCee birthday, feel free. Knock yourself out. I gave you my my Amazon. You can do that. I'm gonna put it out there for y'all. Because I want to try the carrot hot dog. So, I got to see if that's going to even work for me.
It does.
I'm going to have to see if it even works.
And I'm not a veggie type of person at all.
Girl.
But the bacon and the hot dog.
For real. Oh, okay.
I'm going to try.
That liquid smoke is the key.
Yeah, she got some really good spices too. Really good spices. I'm a spice girl. I believe in it.
Hey,
Jalen. Welcome everybody.
Do we have scores today?
Yes, we do. Although there's one I don't want to mention, but I will.
It's okay.
No, it's not. We look so bad.
Yeah, I don't want mine red either. Like that was
one of your teams won, ma'am. One of your teams won.
my main one did not.
I'll be like,
my main
one of your teams beat my team. One of your teams beat my team.
I understand that, but I'm talking about my main team, my home team. My home team looked real good for a second there, and then all of a sudden they lost. I don't know what the fuck happened.
So did we. We looked real good there for a second, and then we lost in overtime.
Well, hell, ours didn't. Mine never looked good at all in this game. So anyway,
he was like, no.
Woo! Let me just be honest. Welcome, everyone, to another marvelous Monday on JewCee Tales Erotic Chats. I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. JewCee. And of course, I could not do this show without my wonderfully melanated queens, gorgeous, wonderful sisters, all the way out in LA. Doing her thing out there. We have Miss Siren, and all the way in Naptown, Indiana. We have Ms. Purple Rain. All right.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, girls.
Hi, boo. Hi, JewCee. How are you?
Ooh, Look, first, let me get this off my chest because I got to. Because I had a week. I'm going to tell you. I had a week. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and get the drinky poos. I want to talk about, because, this is my platform and our platform, and we can complain about some shit. Don't ever rent a car from Avis in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, don't do it. Don't rent the car from Avis for Uber, which is what I had to do. So look, let me just start at the beginning. My alternator went out on my 2020 GMC Acadia. My baby is down. Okay, man, down. It is bad. Okay?
You said the T word.
You
said the T word, man. That's like the one thing you don't want to go wrong.
Oh, she's down. And so we thought we were going to get the part on this past Friday. And my mechanic was on vacation and everything was going to work out well because he was going to be back from vacation and the part would be here and I would be back in my baby. No, I've been driving a damn peel box that I can feel every freaking bump. Don't get no Kia Soul. Don't get that shit. That shit hurts. Okay. My back is killing me, having spasms. My fat butt can really give me that little damn peel box. What the
fuck? A peel box.
What the fuck is this?
What is a peel box?
You know where you put your pills in? The little tiny peel box.
Called it a peel box.
What is
I'm telling her.
Don't get it. And then
bye, JewCee.
And then this damn thing don't lock.
Hi.
This don't lock. It don't lock. You have to freaking lock it. You have to push the. Anyway, so it has been a week. And then on top of it, they didn't have a car. They say they have a car. They didn't have a car on Sunday. They said they had a car. They didn't have a car. This is last week. They didn't have a car. I had to go up there. I was going to jail. I needed bail money.
Uh-oh.
I was going to go over the counter because the girl's eyelashes were just yelling at me.
He said it's a hamster car. Lorenzo, shut up.
You're not wrong. That was a commercial.
It
wasn't a commercial. Yes.
If you don't have to come see me first, B-Day's coming. I'm going to send it to you.
No, y'all just, And then on top of it, Because my car is so young, we can't find an alternator. So we're hoping it gets here tomorrow. It was supposed to have been here today.
Is it an alternator or a
No,
transmission? Because she said the T word. It's the alternator.
No, it's the alternator. It's the alternator.
You said transmission.
No. I said alternator. I know what I said. I need you not. You can. We need to have the red flag on the play, and you got to do the rewind.
Maybe.
Like the commercial. We're gonna have a review.
Review.
Flag on the play.
I threw it already.
So anyway, and then of course yesterday, for those of you that don't know, was the 28-year anniversary of me being pinned under a car for 3.5 hours and given up for dead. So I had a glass of wine. And I just like, okay, we got to take a deep breath and just move forward. Okay, deep breath, move forward. If I can come out from underneath the damn car, I can handle Avis. So then Avis decided, with all their infinite wisdom, to take all my money out of my account today. They double charged me for the rental car.
I'd be calling and cussing it out.
So
trying to keep them
I had to fight to get back my money. It might be in there, it might not. I have to go back to PNC in the morning.
I'm perplexed.
It's just a hot mess. Do not. If y'all in North Olmsted, Ohio, don't get no cars from Avis. Okay, just don't. Just don't. Okay, so that was my story. I love y'all. I just had to. Oh my God. Had to release that. So
before we do the scores,
I'm ready though.
When we were talking offline, and I was telling you about the show I went to, the dancer I was referring to that I remember from back in the day when you brought me in is Knight Rider.
Oh my!
He was here. I got to see him 2 weeks ago.
Bitch didn't invite nobody. Didn't call me.
I was invited by somebody. I didn't pay for my ticket.
Nobody cares about. Could have let me know. Anyway, okay, we're gonna do the scores.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's kind of loud. Wait a second. Woo.
Okay, clap.
That just came right on out there. You turn, I just get there, and there we go. All right, y'all. We got to do our NFL scores. Okay. We're going to start out with what's going on live right now. We got the Seahawks and the Giants. Seahawks are up over the Giants right now, 14-3, according to the scores that we have. This is subject to change, I'm sure. For Thursday night, the final between the Lions and the Packers. It looks like the Lions might actually have a damn football team.
They spanked that ass. That was
34
a fucking game.
34-20 was the final score.
Where the hell they come from?
So now they 3-1.
Green Bay got that ass whooped.
And the Packers is 2-2.
That's the only thing you excited about. It ain't matter who beat them. You just
you are absolutely 100% correct.
Going on, we have the Jaguars and the Falcons. Looks like the Falcons got chewed up by the Jaguars, 23-7. Dolphins and the Bills, and we have the Bills whooping that Dolphin ass, 48-20. Okay,
spanking that ass.
Then we had the Vikings and the Panthers, and the Vikings beat the Panthers 21-13. Yay!
Come on, Minnesota.
Let's go.
Broncos and the Bears. Well, the Broncos pulled it out and beat the Bears 31-20.
And I need to really understand what went wrong. What happened? You know what? I'm not going to even do that.
28.
I'm not going to even do that.
Yeah, the Bears are 0-4, and the Broncos are only 1-3. But
I should be used to this by now, right? It's like being a Bears fan is kind of like being in an abusive relationship. You know good and damn well what the fuck is going to happen, but you still.
First of all,
he gonna do right by me one day.
And then
hold on. I just gotta say this about the Bears. I don't know why we not used to this, being that we both from the hometown, because the Bears ain't won since you was 4 and I was 2.
Well, we did go to the Super Bowl in 2007.
Oh yeah.
And you
They
lost
played
to the Colts. Oh, sorry. Oops, that came
Where
out.
we threw the fucking game. I'm sorry. I understand that your coach and everything.
They didn't throw the game. The Colts won that fair and square.
In
You're
the
not
Rain
going
Bowl.
to
It was the Rain Bowl.
I know what game I was watching, and there was no reason on God's green earth.
Okay, we're gonna move on because
whatever,
y'all going back in history and you can't change it.
Yeah, we
moving on.
game.
Ravens and the Browns. The Browns didn't show up at all.
Hey Moses.
Oh, the Ravens spanked the ass of the Browns. I gotta be fair. 28-3. But
are y'all still injured?
Yeah, we are bad. We
bad.
Deshaun did not play. Our backup quarterback, who is just fresh out of college, he played, and he unfortunately was not very good, but it was his very first ever NFL game, not a preseason. This is a regular football.
That was his debut.
This was his debut, to be honest, not the preseason. Preseason to me doesn't really
I don't count preseason, yeah.
So the young man made some mistakes. He did make some mistakes. Offensive line, as far as I'm concerned, we need to chit chat with y'all. Y'all need leg day, and I would be running the stadium if it were me. They would be running the stadium.
Running the stadium.
Right after the game.
Do you understand how big Brown Stadium is?
Yes, I do. And they would have been running it. If I was a coach, run that bitch, because y'all didn't do shit.
They don't go back to practice till tomorrow. It's okay.
No, we have a bye week, so they may be off for a few days. I know they watched the film today, and they are all holding their heads down in shame. It was not a good day for us. Beautiful weather, but I'm gonna give it to Baltimore. You know, you came and did what you had to do. You said you was coming to embarrass us in front of the wife and kids, and they did just that, and the Browns helped them do that. So, Browns, get your shit together. Okay, I have a Super Bowl to go to. Don't make me come coach. Don't make me
JewCee has spoken.
Don't make me come do it.
She's gonna come out that coach bag and that owner bag on y'all.
Right, because that line should be running. They would be running. Okay, Texans and the Steelers. Well, thank you, Texans. You beat the Steelers 30-6. All right. Thank you. Then we got the Rams and the Colts, and it looks like the Rams got them Colts, boy. Yes, they did. 29-23.
In overtime.
Both of those are 2-2. Both of them is 2-2. All right. Buccaneers and the Aints and Saints. They were the Aints again.
That was funny.
26-9 is the score. Buccaneers beat the Saints.
I need them to continue to be the Aints because we played them on my birthday. And
then we have the Commanders and the Eagles. It looks like the Eagles handled those Commanders 34-31. The Eagles are 4-0. Watch out, 4-0. The Bengals and the Titans. I mean the Bengals.
Every time she says that, I laugh from my gut.
It does not get old.
Thank you, Titans. Thank you. Remember the Titans. Thank you for beating the Bengals 27-3. We got the Raiders and the Chargers next. Looks like the Chargers got those Raiders 24-17. And we ain't even gonna talk about this one, but the Cowboys actually showed up.
Girls
football. Whoop the Patriots ass 38-3.
It's still some cowgirls.
Thank you, Cowboys. Thank you.
They will be the cowgirls forever in life.
And the 49ers and the Cardinals. Looks like the 49ers, man. They looking good this year. 4-0. 35-16. 35-16 over them Cardinals. Whoop. And the Chiefs and the Jets, looks like it was a kind of a close one. Chiefs won 23-20. And those are your scores.
Who's playing tonight?
Hold on. Let me go back up. I just told you. Why didn't you pay attention? That was the first one. Seahawks and the Giants.
Because she said it's likely to change.
Mm-hmm.
And sidebar, I just want to give a happy 6th birthday to my grandson, Noah Cortez Milton. Happy birthday, baby.
Happy birthday, little one.
Happy birthday.
6.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. Once again, we got your scores. Hope you enjoyed that. We did love football, but on to the topic. So tonight's topic is I am hosting it this evening, and it is the 3 C's, which we talk a lot about on the show. And people are probably wondering, what the hell are the 3 C's? Even though we do say clear, concise communication, that's what it stands for. Book coming soon, and I hope to have the book finished by the holidays. So I am
Did we just get a little sneak?
plugging through. We're getting a little bit of the philosophy tonight behind the madness behind the 3 C's. So here I go. Ooh, I'm a little nervous because this is like something that's very near and dear to my heart. Baby. This is like, yeah, it is. It is something that is very near to me because it is something I think that a lot of people, including myself, we struggle with. We do struggle with being able to talk to our significant other, talk to our friends at times, talk to our coworkers, talk to our bosses. And communication is one of the things that sometimes some of us are just not very good at, especially when it comes to our personal relationships. Sometimes maybe we are too shy or too vague. Sometimes we might come off very overpowering. So there's a lot of different dynamics that can be put into having a conversation with your significant other. But everything that I talk about tonight and we discuss can be used not just for your personal relationships, but you can take it to your business relationships. You can take it to your family. You can take it to your friends. These are little tips and little things that I have found that you can utilize just across the board. So my first question to you ladies is, do you feel that you have good, great, or not so good communication skills?
It depends on what in certain circumstances. So I think my communication one-on-one is great. I can always get across what I want to get across to somebody, but continual communication is hard for me. I'm not good at contacting people. I'm not good at replying. I'm not good at that type of stuff. And then sometimes I be so into how I feel about things that I have to get it out and I don't let the other person speak.
Okay. Miss Siren?
I'm going to say good. I am working towards great. I think I'm very good at communicating. I'm a person that I can't just let something sit. If it's an issue, I need to talk about it. Now, if you say, I'm not ready to talk about it right now, I need some time, I can definitely fall back. But I just don't like to let things sit because to me, what happens is because I'm an overthinker, I'll overthink something and have a whole scenario played out in my head, which is where I got the whole, we see it. I know I've done that shit. But because I've played this scenario in my head and I go to worst case scenario, I'm like, wait, no, I have to fix it as though something has already happened. So I'm not one person that likes to let things sit and fester. I do also understand that sometimes people do need to ponder their own feelings. They don't go on my own timing. Um, and then sometimes I get scared about what someone may say, but that's my shit. And then if I don't say anything, that's because I'm scared. So that's why I say I think I have good communication. I strive and am working towards great communication.
Okay. Fair enough. Um, so the first part of this is the part that they're almost all in reverse, but the first part of this is clear, is being clear when you communicate. Some people are not very clear when they speak or when they talk to their partner. They're not clear about what they want. They're not clear about what they expect. They're not clear about who they are. They're not clear about who their partner is. So you start out already technically on treacherous ground, not solid ground. You start out already going, maybe, we're not clear about who we are. And being clear can be, not being clear, I should say, can be from a lot of different reasons. And we've talked about several of those reasons before on the show. But I always like to give definitions. So the definition of clear is easy to perceive, understand, or interpret. Of a substance, it would be transparent, unclouded, and free of any obstructions or unwanted objects. So being clear, that first part, easy to perceive, understand, or interpret. A lot of people tend to feel that they're getting their point across. They're saying things that they want to say. But what they're not doing is understanding if the person across from them is actually on the same wavelength, on the same level. Are they hearing you in the same way that you're presenting it? Are you clear?
Perspective.
So a lot of us think that we're being clear. We're stating our objectives, but to the other person that we might be talking to, it may not be as clear as we think it is to them. And that can lead to a lot of frustration. It can lead to arguments. It can lead to, not talking to one another, not communicating very well. So being clear, it would be making sure that you have your thoughts together, because even though you may be clear about what you're trying to say, you could be all over the board. You could be saying this and then go over here and go off over here, and then you're kind of all over the place. Even though you have clear thoughts, they're all over the place. You can be the type of person that knows exactly what you want today and change your damn mind tomorrow, but not convey that or communicate that to your partner. So your partner's still back over here on day one, and you've moved on to day 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you've changed your mind, which it is your prerogative to change your mind, but you have to let somebody know. Okay? So being clear is sometimes a very difficult thing for some folks, especially if you're upset, if you're excited, if you're depressed, if you don't know why you're feeling a certain way. It's sometimes very hard to convey emotions in a way that will get your partner to understand, especially if it is the male-female dynamic, because we all think a little differently. We're all wired a little differently, and we may not be on the same wavelength. And that sometimes can cause a lot of issues and a lot of problems as well in our communication skills with our partners. So being clear is, to me, number one. Make sure that what you're saying, you've kind of thought about it a little bit. I know a lot of us talk out of passion. A lot of us talk out of anger. A lot of us talk maybe even because we're really giddy and happy. Some of us talk out of depression. But take a moment, take a breath, and really think about what you're about to say to your partner. If there is something that you want to get across or something that you want them to know, making sure that you are clear. And clear is going to also means to me who, what, when, where, and why.
I like that.
Because if you can put those, the who, what, when, where, and why, that's going to clear up a whole lot. Like, who is Uncle Smith or whoever? Uncle Smith, you know what? He's sick. He's in the hospital. Where? In Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Why? He might be he had a stroke or he had something that I'm not sure of. You know, you can make it so that you can put your thoughts in a way that give that person the whole scenario, it's very short, very brief. But if I want to ask questions, there's enough room in there for me to ask questions. But pretty much if you do who, what, when, where, and why, I've pretty much got my questions answered. You know, then we go on to what's next.
Can I add something?
Sure.
I think the other part about that is knowing who you're speaking to.
We're going to get there in a sec.
All right. In that case, man, I'm gonna shut up and sit here.
That's fine. We come into that definitely. That is definitely a part of it, and that. But I really put that under the communication portion of it. But and like I said, to me, even though I'm giving you clear, concise communication, it's almost like it should be communication. Communicate clearly and concisely.
I like that. Okay.
Okay. It should be that way, but I'm going to break them down in the order that they are. So now we have concise, which a lot of people have an issue with, including myself sometimes, being concise. So let me read you the definition of concise so that we can make sure everybody understands.
What does concise mean?
Giving a lot of information, guess what? Clearly, and,
There's that word again.
and in a few words, brief but comprehensive. The biggest part of that statement is comprehensive. Okay.
But I feel like brief is like, if you're good if you can be brief in that it's like you got to be that small and that big, because like I don't know, and I think that's the part of the clear part for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is making sure that I'm saying what I need to say in that small amount of, like,
where they can understand it.
Right. I need to say it like, okay, almost like an elevator pitch.
Or like I always tell my girls in pageant coaching, when they have to give their introduction speech at a pageant, you need to give me your name, which is the who.
Mm-hmm.
What is what title you're competing for. The when, where, and how is what your platform is and what work you're going to do with this crown. But you need to tell me something quick and brief, because I don't want to have to, you don't want to have to give an elaborate, detailed speech, because then people going to have questions. Give them the information that they need quickly and to the point and get off stage.
And the way my ADHD is set up, I be sitting there trying to get like 12 sentences down into one, and it'd be the hardest thing ever.
Oh, it used to be hard for me too. In this last competition I did last year, I broke it down to what like JewCee has her 3 C's. I have EEI: education, eroticism, and intimacy.
Well, all right. Okay.
So I had to figure out how to make that very concise.
You do, and the thing of it is once you kind of get into this, once you and look, it ain't easy. Okay, it is not easy. It is not easy. But if you keep practicing, you will get better at it. The more you try, the more you understand that you need to, as my mother used to say, you need to get to the point. My mother was an educator, a Cleveland school teacher. And her biggest thing to me all the time was get to the damn point. I ain't got all day. Get to the point. Get to the point. What is the point of this conversation?
That's my issue. I think that is my issue. It's the, okay, I feel like I'm trying to make sure that it's making sense, but in my brain it's not making sense to me. So it's like in essence, I will talk in circles, thinking that I wasn't as clear as I thought I probably as I should be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that trying to put 12 sentences into that one for me.
And what does that mean, Lorenzo?
Yeah, what is GITC? Oh God, get
it.
Get something.
I don't know. Shit, I don't even.
I hope it's clean.
But anything with him. I don't want to have to go to the corner.
All right, just type that fully out, sir. Thank you. Yeah, because the Browns we're joining the Browns offensive line.
Go in the corner. Oh shit.
You go in the corner, Lorenzo.
Yeah, go ahead. Go on with the Browns offensive line.
What I just say. Okay, so we got our new acronym.
Right. Jinnick. So, the reason that being concise, I think, is so difficult for some people, especially I find when I'm working with creative people like myself, like you, Siren, like you, Jasmine. Being concise is kind of hard when you're a very creative personality, because you have a lot of things going on in your mind all at one time.
Do you find that it's always evolving too, and that's the other reason why? Because it's evolving.
Yes, it can be. It's
like real time, kind of.
Yes, because you're sitting. Even when we have conversations here on the show, you guys will say something, and this will pop in my head, and I'm like, I should have So yes, being concise is something that I work on. I have to work on that because, it's a constant work in progress to be concise. I have to constantly hear my mother saying in my head, get to the point. So it's not that I can't do it. It's that I have so many thoughts going on at one time. So then I take myself back and I go back to my clear point and I get my thoughts together, whether it's writing them down, typing them out, using my phone to put a memo on my phone. And I have found that these tools help me to stay on track and keep myself concise with what I want to do, with what I want to say to people. And it helps me to be able to have all of these avenues. I don't use my phone that much. I can probably tell you who calls me, but I use it more as I use the other tools that are on my phone to keep myself together when I'm trying to speak to people, especially now that I'm doing more public speaking and more writing and all this good stuff, because now that writing has been my thing now. So
I'm getting into voice notes because I feel I can't write as fast as my brain is going.
And I'm starting to get away from, I'm doing talk to text a lot more, go a lot quicker. I've mastered it, and talk to text has improved a lot as far as being able to get the right words down. I said sure, I didn't say Sue, So.
See, we've been using AI this whole time, and they got us scared now, huh?
Right. So I'm like, what? So now, it's a whole lot better. But lining your thoughts up, even if you have a lot of thoughts, finding ways to get your thoughts organized um, are really, really key. Even meditating, Siren, you can definitely talk on that tip, that it helps to calm your mind, being in a calm space. If you have a lot on your mind, take a moment, meditate, take a moment, breathe, take a nap. Those power naps, they work. 20-30 minute power naps are wonderful.
A 10-minute power nap will do you. Don't play with it.
hmm It'll give you a chance to let your mind. Oh,
What
okay.
is your husband in the house doing?
That was
That
not
was
no.
outside. That was a motorcycle or
Thank
something.
you. Thank
I
you.
know that sound. Okay.
Thank you.
That was a motorcycle or
I mean,
something.
earlier he was burning the house down, so I had to ask.
He was not burning the house. I got you. No, that was somebody on their two wheels out there,
Making
needing to
noise.
make the whole neighborhood know that they're here. That's what that was.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you, JewCee, in
Mhm.
regards to that, because I know when I said like it's evolving in your head in the moment when you're trying to concisely communicate what is in here. Is it possibly a slight lack of confidence in there? Because in the moment of what you're, if I don't necessarily know, and also confidence does have something to do with how you feel about yourself too. If I okay, I just got to speak for me. I know what I'm saying and I know what I got up here. But because I understand that there is for lack of a better word, a disconnect, and getting it from here to out here and to you to understand, I might lack the confidence that I need in order to communicate that as concisely as I need to. Is that something that, because that's something that I've thought about.
Okay, so once again, well, we can kind of scoot into the communication part because that is part of
No,
it. Once
I'm
again,
talking about the concise part,
no, no,
like
no. I
understanding how
understand.
that.
No, no, no. I understand that. It's so like remember they overlap.
Okay.
Okay, so for me, this is for me how I broke it down. Somebody else might break it down a little bit different. Okay, okay, but I would slip that over into the communication portion of it because we all communicate differently and we all receive. This is the key part of this. We all receive communication differently.
Okay.
People don't think about the receptor. When we're communicating, we're always I just got to get this out. I got to say whatever it is I got to say. I'm going to tell y'all how I feel, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to say whatever. But you don't think about the receiver. I'm the receiver. It's just like if you're in the car, if when I drive Uber, I've got people from all over the world in my car. They're communicating great with each other. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Okay? But they having the time of their lives in my back seat. And except for me making sure that it was, Ling Zhao that got in the car with me, I don't know nothing else about what they're talking about. And when they get out and say thank you, when they give me a tip, I understand that part. But everything in between, nothing. I know nothing. So they're communicating. I can hear their communication. I don't understand their communication. Okay. Same thing can happen with just us regular folk. I can hear your communication, but I may not understand where you're coming from. When we communicate nowadays, there are so many different ways to communicate, and some people are not as comfortable as they would like to be in speaking. So maybe their form of communication is a text message. You know, our young folk, that's what they do. They text. I don't know the first thing about great text, and you know, they got to doing the little, you know, the acronyms and
Emojis and all that good shit. Yeah.
emoji stuff, and they having a great time. They communicating back and forth, and we looking like, huh?
You are absolutely right. I be
Huh?
confused every day.
I try to do it with my daughter. She's 19, and they have a whole
Language. They have own language.
some sent period pool. What the?
What-
I like speak English.
I'm like, huh?
I get told I'm old because I be like, speak English.
Right.
I don't like the
So
fact that they try to say that we from the late 1900s. Don't play with me.
We
look,
are though.
wait a minute. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
show
still.
you 1900s. Take away their phone. Take away the.
Man, what life was like without what you got right now.
Let me give you your 3 channels on television, and that's it. And it goes off at 11 o'clock.
First of all,
Da, da,
when BET would start playing church at night,
or if you got to, or if you want to come into the 90s, you had that was your cue to go to bed.
Jalen got a good question. He said, "How well does comprehension go with this?"
I like that. Completely.
Believe me, without comprehension, you have the lack of communication, and that's where a lot of people, for lack of a better term, mess up. Okay, so when you're talking about the communication portion of this, I think about all the different types of ways people communicate. Um, some of the stuff that we just stated, as I'm older, I'm not going to comprehend somebody sending me a whole bunch of emojis. I'm not gonna get into somebody texting me for, you know, every morning talking about hi, hi. That's it. Hi. That's all they text.
Girl,
That boo. Goodbye. We don't have time for that. So comprehension does have a lot to do with your communication skills. And once again, we're talking about a receiver. If you're talking to me, I need to be able to comprehend what you are saying, what you are telling me, so that we can have a good back and forth conversation. If I'm not understanding what you're saying to me, then we're going to have some issues and some problems. If you're not communicating to me clearly and concisely so that I understand what you're saying, I think a lot of people take communication and they take talking to someone else as, you need to understand what the hell I'm saying to you. It's really not about you. It's about that person across from you who you're talking to, comprehending and understanding what you're talking about to them.
Absolutely.
Working with people that are, I started my my practice, and thank you. And the biggest thing is communication and the lack of communication in relationships. And people are not really focusing on, they're focusing on, as I stated last week, when you get into a relationship, you guys are still focused on I and me. It's no longer I and me. It's us and we. Us and we.
We speak French now, motherfucker.
Right. Us
Well,
and
I think
we.
the part that I when it comes to that part, it takes a long time to really understand that.
But does it have to if you have counseling?
But see, when you don't have, but you're absolutely right. Yes, get the help, please. Yes, get
you're
or get the help.
right. Right. Here's the deal. A lot of us, we and we've talked about this on the show as well. where we're talking about we have a lot of antiquated thought processes that other folks have given us instead of us thinking as individuals and thinking on our own.
Indoctrination.
Indoctrination, exactly. So here we are. I'm going to tell you all about what I want, but you're in a relationship. You want to be in a it's not about I.
Can you relate?
You have to be able to give and take. You have to be able to listen, which is part of communicating, shutting your mouth. Don't say anything. Open your mind and listen. Some people don't know how to do that. You want to try to outtalk the other person. There's a lot of conflict. You're like this, going at each other, and you're not getting anywhere. Comprehension, yes, you have to have that. You have to be able to make sure that your partner understands what you're saying, even if you have to ask during the conversation. If you're looking at each other and you're sitting down and you're calmly talking to one another, you all know when somebody has checked out of the conversation. You can sit right there and see it.
What I found works for me is if the person that I'm having a communication with is not able, if it looks like they checked out, I will ask, what did you hear me say?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm not necessarily understanding what the person is saying to me, I will say, okay, this is what I heard you say. Do I have that right? Or can you correct me?
And
That's
and
what I'll say.
and a lot of it is about having a two-way conversation, even though I might be trying to make a point. But when you're making that point, the other person needs to sit and listen, not try to outtalk, not try to overtalk, but sit and listen. Also remember, like we talked earlier, about having your thoughts in order. Think about what you want to say before you say it.
Mhm.
Sometimes, because once you put something out there verbally,
I can't take it back.
you can't take it back. So take a moment, take a breath. It's okay to say, you know what? I hear what you're saying, but right now I think we're both too emotional. Let's take a little break and let's come back to this.
We're not hearing each other.
Right. Let's take some time. And a lot
Yes,
of
it's
people,
definitely easier said than done, but it's definitely necessary.
it
That
might
part.
be, it's not, you know what? I'm going to disagree with easier said than done. And you know why I'm going to disagree with that? And it's not that I don't think that, and I understand what you're saying with that. I do. It's not, it's just as easy to stop talking as it is to keep talking. We make excuses. And if you're in a relationship that you and there's plenty of you out there that want to be in these monogamous relationships, but you don't want to put in the fucking work. You don't want to stop because it's all about you. It's not about us and we. It's about you. What you have to say. What you want to happen in the relationship.
And
And
being someone that can listen is something else too.
it's truly a gift to have someone to sit, and not only that, but it's a part of intimacy to have
Mm.
someone sit and listen to what your dreams are or your thoughts are, and to really be like, I get you. Or to have someone to say, oh, you know what, maybe we could try something else, or maybe this isn't working, but let's try this. What do you think about this?
I think the thing that I realize the most in everything is people just want to be seen, heard, and understood.
Mm-hmm.
And
They,
that's what you're talking about in essence. It, I don't want to make it sound like, it's like, oh my gosh, but like that, it if you can do the 3 C's, you can cure the idea that you're not seen, heard, or understood.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, if you can sit down, and I think right now, like we talked about this a couple weeks ago, I do believe, but we did bring up, I'll bring it up again. Everybody right now is like on fucking like 1,000 when they
Ooh,
talk to somebody. Everybody has lost their damn perspective and lost their fucking mind. If you think you're going to talk to people.
Everybody's about me in a
I
conversation.
feel
Well,
our emotions are stifled, and therefore we have a lot of them built up and suppressed. And therefore, when we have moments where we're actually being able to express ourselves, it comes out like, wow,
and it's just
I'm not gonna say
so
that
much.
emotions are stifled. I'm gonna say that people, even though learning to express yourself is a good thing, people are so sensitive right now that no matter what you say and no matter what you do, they gonna always be on 1,000 because they think they right because it's how they feel.
well, and then on top of that, people are more disrespectful.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
more
It's about how
disrespectful.
I feel. It's about me. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm going to come at you however I want to come at you because it's about me expressing myself and you need to let me express myself because it's me.
Because I'm not seen. I don't feel that I'm seen, heard, or understood.
Mm-hmm.
But people can't say that they don't feel seen, heard, or understood because everybody is sensitive right now. There's so much political correctness in the world right now. Everybody is seen, understood, and heard.
I honestly, I will agree to disagree with you, and the reason why I say that is because the reason why we're in such an uproar about needing to say what I need to say, and you need to you need to hear what I got to say, and I have what I need to say, and you gonna listen to it, is more so of a because I'm not seeing her to understood. It's a cry. In the human behavior standpoint, we're doing this because we're in a society and in a culture that has made us live in fear so
Is that enough?
much that this person can't hear me, this person don't hear me, they're against me, they're trying to get me, to where if we even felt like we were seen, heard, and understood, we could actually have a conversation, understand that the thing that we're scared of is a boogeyman that doesn't exist. Because I feel like, JewCee, you're not hearing me, you're not understanding me, you're not seeing me for who I am. I want you to
Girl,
see
if
me
you
for who
don't sit
I am.
your booty down.
But see, but
Right,
that's
that's
our
what
first reaction. Yeah.
yeah, that's what happens.
That's the
Everybody's
first
on
reaction.
everybody has gotten to the point where respect is gone. Point blank
Respect is
period.
not even a minimum. And it used to be like that one. I know a day where respect was a minimum. Now
Respect is not
it
there.
don't even really exist.
No. Respect is went out the window along with parenting, uh
There's a small
responsibility.
there is a population that still does. I'm not gonna discount those of us that do.
No, I'm not
But
saying
it's
everybody.
the
I'm not,
the
but there's a
masses,
lot,
the most,
I
it's
would say
singy.
there's more than when
It's
I
singy,
was
yes.
coming up, that the disrespect, the children being disrespectful, the parenting, because even back in my day, there were single mothers. Let's not, we're not
Oh
trying
hell
to
yeah.
not trying to put
That was
that on
not new.
nobody.
Not new.
Nothing new. But the fact that we don't know how to effectively communicate, in some of this, whether people want to admit it or not, actually has a lot to do with our school systems and how they have changed, how they have taken out recreation, how they have not let these children understand conflict resolution. So as they get older, they can't handle the simplest of things. And so, unfortunately, the arts, they've taken away expression, they've taken away after school activities, they've taken away a lot of community activities and
Anything that
events.
opens your mind, they've
So
taken it away.
things that will allow you to get away from ABC's 1, 2, 3s, but make you appreciate ABC's and 1, 2, 3s by giving you a chance to flourish in maybe something else that you might be great at, whether it's sports or it's the arts or whether it's dance or whether it's, organizing the picnic, whatever the case may be. Being the captain of the kickball team for the intramural sports. A lot of these things our children do not have that we had. It is gone. And with that, those kinds of things, not being picked on the kickball team made me go home and get better.
Yeah, now they cry and everybody gets the participation trophy.
Oh my
Everybody's
gosh.
all of it. Everybody's on the team and everybody gets a trophy. And no, you did not win.
And it's about the kids having fun. When did sports become about fun? Sports is a competition.
And it can be fun too. It can be fun.
Yes, but it's still about the competition.
I think when it comes to that, and I'm not a competition person, but I absolutely loved playing softball. That was my joy. I love being able to go. I love being on the team. I love being able to that feeling I love just playing the sport. It wasn't about winning, losing, even though yes, you absolutely love when you win. But to me, it was about being a part of a team and being able to do what you like to do, no matter what the outcome was. What stopped it being fun was when the adults made it so serious. And when you didn't do what they wanted you to do, which was always win it, no matter what the cost was, to you mentally, spiritually, physically, or whatever, that's when it stopped being fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that also had to do with the different levels and the fact that you couldn't matriculate to the next level unless you were a winner.
Well, see,
so the parents became all about the scholarships and the parents became all about the competition.
So the
because
adults,
it was about.
So to me, the adults is what fucked it up, because when I was playing, it wasn't about. Well, I don't know if it was about matriculating, because see, I went from slow pitch a half a season and went straight to fast pitch and was playing fast pitch ever since. I had already exceeded the level of where I was gonna go. It was still about, let me have fun I'm with my teammates. We having fun. We saying our little cheers on the side, on the bench and all that stuff while we up to bat and everything else. When it stopped being fun was when it was the adults making the winning aspect of it.
Because they was trying to keep their job.
Important. So you're putting it on the kids?
Yep, they sure do.
And that's right.
That's the crazy part about it. It's not right. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm saying that's what happened, because that's why I quit playing softball.
Well, and then,
because it all of a sudden became, well, you're not good enough to get a college scholarship, so why are we still doing this?
Yeah, but you have to understand something, that not all sports parents, let's put it that way, are like
or
that.
Coaches.
I mean, or coaches are like that. Sometimes, you do get some that are a little overzealous with their proteges.
They didn't do when they were younger.
Right, with their proteges. They living vicariously through the child. And so, I mean, I know what that was like, because I was a competitive baton twirler and a dancer. So,
Jalen, nobody cares that y'all beat us. Gone somewhere, you Arlington night.
And so
I'm not thinking about you.
So then,
shots fired. Oh,
it's like, damn. Duck, no, incoming. Okay, he communicated that.
Yeah, we went to rival high schools. We went to rival high schools.
So getting back to communicating and things like that, but it's really important that we know what the definition, once again, of the word communication means, so that we can be a little more knowledgeable. The imparting or exchanging of information or news, a letter or message containing information or news, means of sending or receiving information such as phone lines or computers. So when we talk about communication, one of the things that I want to definitely point out is there are so many ways to communicate nowadays, as opposed to, especially like when I was growing up. I mean, we had the telephone, the landline telephone, and the snail mail, as you all would call it, but we had the United States Postal Service. And it might get
I had
there.
a pen pal. Did you?
Right?
I did.
It wasn't like it is now. We didn't have cell phones, text messages. And if you guys think of all the different ways we communicate, computers, you can still send a telegram. You got
Wait. You got to tell them what a telegram is, because they sure don't know what that is.
Really?
You
Quit
can,
coming for us.
you can
They
still
don't
do
know.
Morse.
They
You
don't
can
know.
still do Morse code. They can go look this stuff up then. We can still do
Everybody on this conversation should know what those things
No.
are.
We're talking. No, we know that the three of us know.
I'm talking about the people in the audience.
No, maybe not. We might have somebody young join next week or something. You never know. But there you go. So, but they can go Google it. Okay. So then you got Morse code. You got Google. You got
Bing.
I'm older than Google, y'all.
you can go Google stuff.
Hold on. Wait. Pause. Time out. Is this one right here sitting and talking about how old she is?
Right.
First of all, I'm just saying, Google celebrated their birthday the other day. She mentioned it and it made me think about it. I'm older than Google.
And we're older than her. So.
Right.
Shut up.
Right. I'm sitting here going, and you're pointing.
Right. It's okay. Come on, baby. Come to the club. Come to the club, baby.
I'm older than
what I'm
Yahoo
saying
360.
is,
I'm older than Yahoo 360.
no. What I'm
Hell,
saying
I'm
is,
older than
in
the cell
that,
phone. Okay, so
I get that. But for me to be the oldest of the quote unquote millennials, because we're the generation that got all that stuff. We were the ones trained on all that stuff. I'm older than the stuff I was trained how to use.
Welcome. Won't you come?
the church is now open. I mean, come on, Purple Rain. What do you want us to do? We're older than you. So
I'm just saying, because we sit here talking about all this stuff and it triggered something when you said snail mail and pen pals. Do you understand? When IBM came out with the first PowerPoint, I was in 7th grade and my school was a tester school. I'm just saying.
And we're coming from a time where that was not until after we were out of school.
Oh, this shit's fucked up. That's funny as fuck. Okay.
Welcome.
Sorry.
Welcome. We love you.
we're not even going to mention I'm 60. Okay. We're not even going to mention that part. Okay. Just leave that out. Okay. Oh, you 20 years behind me, girl.
Sorry, I had a moment.
Okay. Well, wait till you get the senior moments. They're coming too. So I just thought I'd throw that in there for you.
They do.
They showing up.
And just be prepared for it to show up right, if not before you turn, but right after you turn.
And then you can't find your keys. I'm just saying.
The forgetfulness starts to happen. It's okay.
Don't do like me though. I called my daughter in Alaska trying to find my keys when she was in the service. She's like, "Mom, I'm in Alaska. What are you doing?" I'm like, "I can't find my keys."
But we age like fine wine. Why?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, buddy.
We do. So let's get
I got hit on by a 28-year-old the other day.
Girl.
Can we get back to different kinds of communication for this?
We'll talk. A 24-year-old.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so
it's part of that communication, because I swear
different.
She thought she was communicating clear and concisely, and I'm looking at her like she was 5.
Oh my God.
She gonna tell me, I don't know why you think my age is a problem. I'm gonna make you call me daddy. I just looked at her. She was 28.
Yeah, we'll talk after this because I need to know more details on that one.
We'll come back. Yeah,
I'm intrigued, but okay, anyway.
So communication, there are so many different ways to do so. And a lot of people might be better at one form of communication than another. And that is okay, as long as you find a way to communicate. So, what happens with a lot of folks is we concentrate so much on the communication portion of it. Like we said earlier, getting it out, saying what we have to say, because, we do have that right in America. We're going to say whatever it is. We feel like we grown enough and big enough to say,
I
but
got my rats.
we're not willing to listen. And listen is one of the key components of being able to communicate effectively. So a lot of people tend to forget about that part. Okay, they tend to forget about the listening portion and making sure that the person that is listening understands everything that you're saying to them, comprehends what you're saying to them, and you're in a respectful manner. Sometimes I understand passion, I understand anger, I understand.
Emotions. Period.
You understand that they're the heat of the moment. We do understand that, but you also need to understand that your words have power, and your words can definitely hurt someone, just as like you put your hands on some people, it can even hurt them deeper. So being able to be effective with your communication in talking with people is something that we all can do a lot better of. Some of us don't communicate well because we're afraid to hurt our partner's feelings, so we hold back, we withhold our feelings, or we withhold what we wanted to say because we can't find the right words. Maybe we just, whatever, it doesn't matter what words we find, it's going to still we know it's still going to upset our partner or hurt our partner, so we simply just don't say anything. We choose to stay quiet, and that is also a problem. The other portion of that, or the other part of that, is we might say something to our partner and our partner has nothing to say. They do not respond. And what people tend to forget is this, and I believe, Siren, you touched on this a little bit at the very beginning of the show when you were talking about how you communicate, and when people don't say anything, maybe it's time at that point to just kind of back off a little bit. Let's regroup, let's come back, let's agree to disagree. Let's come back and talk about this tomorrow. Let some of this stuff soak in. And I know that Jalen stated earlier, sometimes it's easier said than done. And I can understand that statement. But if you really care about your relationship and you really care about the person, go ahead and take that break and come back when you're not as volatile towards your person. And it's just as easy, as I said, to stop talking as it is to keep talking. Matter of fact, to me, just nice and quiet, but we still, in my book, even if we fighting, we still fucking. I'm just letting y'all know that we
Oh,
fighting,
see,
we still
she said
fucking.
that. She said that.
I
And
said that.
I think the reason why, when I said that in the first place earlier in the show, was idea of someone may have heard what you said, but depending on where they are in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
in their mind, in their head space, what they're dealing with, their day, all of these things come into play with that. Would you say something depending on all of those things? It's how they heard that. You could have said something like, I don't like when you did that. But if they had a situation of something that happened before that, where something in that realm was questioned, and they're not in the best headspace about it, what you're saying could be blown up in their mind, which in essence is why the response or the reaction would be what it is if it was a kind of thing. So that's what I was asking in regards to how someone takes what you're saying based on where they are mentally, emotionally, physically in their own system.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying system because it's not just the mind, it's the whole thing that goes together.
And hopefully, as you learn to communicate with your partner, you will see the signs. You will see that this is not a good time, or hopefully your partner will communicate. Can we talk about this a little later? And I mean, and make sure that you make sure if you have to say something like that, that you're stating, I really do want to talk about this with you, but can we do this a little bit later? Because right now, I'm not going to hear you.
I can't
I'm
hear
not
you. I'm overly stimulated.
I'm not going
I,
to hear you.
yeah.
I want, and I really want to be able to hear you. I really want to sit down with you. I really want to just, it's sometimes when we come in from work, or when, if you've had a stressful day, some people may ask, well, how's your day going? I had a bad day. Or, and sometimes we don't even say that. We don't say anything. Oh, my day was fine. So then the other person thinks, oh, that's an invitation to just start because once again, we weren't honest with
Mm-hmm.
our own, trying to maybe not make their day bad. But you don't have to say a whole bunch. You can just simply state that, today was not a stellar day today. Let me just say it was not stellar, but I'm gonna decompress for a little bit. Give me about 15-20 minutes, and then it's all about talking and communicating. And some of the things that we don't do, and I know because I was one of those people that didn't do these things prior. Now I know how to state what I'm feeling or what I need to say in order to be able to hear my partner. You can't hear your partner if you've got all this other stuff going on as well, because something very important could have happened and your partner really wants to talk about it. But if they know that they're still going to get to talk about it at some point in the evening,
or the next day.
or the next day, they're going to be prepared to be able to say whatever it is they need to say in a respectful way, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Now, every situation, needless to say, is different. Um, but these are some techniques that you can use in order to improve your communication. Number one, listen. The best part about communication is shut your mouth and listen. Just listen. You don't have to make a comment all the time. You can sit, you can nod, you can be engaged in a lot of different ways. But listen. Make sure, number two, that you have your thoughts together. Okay. We talked about that at the beginning, making sure that you're clear about what you're going to talk about, especially if it's something that has been on your mind for maybe a day or two or a couple of days. Get it together so that it makes sense and your partner can comprehend where you're coming from with it. Okay. Clear, concise communication means the ability to communicate effectively, not just talk at one another, but to communicate effectively, to where if you're trying to build that empire, whether it's building a castle outside with the kids or whether you're working towards financial stability for you in your family, you have to be able to have effective communication, not berating your partner, making sure you're showing support in your communication, making sure that you're listening. You're not always the one talking, making sure that you give your partner that grace and that space to say what they need to say as well. Allow them to respond and understand this. Once you put it out there, you can't take it back. And once you put it out there, you're going to get a reply.
And be ready for that.
And
And
be
be
ready
okay
for
with that.
exactly. A lot of folks don't go through all of the scenarios when they say something to somebody. You might come home all excited. I want to buy a car. I got I got this bonus and I'm gonna buy my car and blah 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 blah. And your spouse might say, yeah, but we got to eat next week, and we got 2 doctor's appointments, and we this bill's coming due, and so your bonus is not going to be able to go on a car right now. But you got to remember, it's no longer I and me, it's us and we. If you're going to take that step to be in a relationship with someone else, you've got to include them in your thought processes, in your communications, and listening to them as well.
Leaving space.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of all I have for tonight. I thought,
I love this. I can't wait for the book.
Thank you. Because it's very interesting to sit down and talk to people and hear that. Unfortunately, the biggest problem that people are having is not. There's the biggest problems that I'm finding are communication and intimacy. And being able to communicate is part of intimacy. It's part of being intimate. So if you can learn to communicate in your relationship and not think that the sky is falling because you have an argument or a disagreement, it's okay. You can agree to disagree. It's okay. It's okay. But what is more important is to be heard, as Miss Sireness stated, and to know that you're valid, that you're a validate. That's a validation as well as to be heard. My thoughts or my dreams are valid to you. That's so important in a relationship. And you guys are choosing to be in a relationship. Nobody's holding a gun to you here. If they are, get out. But if if you got a Hatfield and McCoy stuff going on, you might, if it's an arranged marriage, I don't know. But you all have so many options.
So many options. Don't play.
And you have so many options nowadays. You don't have to stick and stay in something that you're uncomfortable in, that you don't feel that you're cherished. You can change the dynamic of your relationship. Maybe you change to an open relationship, or you change to a poly relationship, or maybe a swingers or BDSM, or a different form of your relationship. There's so many different ways that the two of you can. I get a lot of people that say, "Oh, we're still in love," but I'm reading what you're writing to me, and I'm like, you sure about that part?
You might love them, but do you like them?
Yeah, do you like them any? Because do you respect them any? Do you?
You might love them, but I don't think if they're having problems like that with communication, they might love them, but I don't think they're in love anymore.
Yeah, they may not be.
You know what? I don't know, because you can still be in love with somebody but not like them.
Nope.
I think that's I love you. I don't like you right now.
Love you, but love and in love are two different things.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I don't like you, then I'm not in love with you, because I don't even like you.
I think
I can have love for you and I can love you, but if I don't like you, I'm not in love with you.
That was blank. Why?
My thing would be,
no, it's a hand.
I would say that yeah, I'm gonna agree to disagree. But for you, okay, I get it. For myself, I can still be in love with someone and not like them. For myself, I can be in love with someone and not like. I don't like, and it's not that I'm in love with you, but I don't like you right now. You might be doing things that it's not. It doesn't really affect a lot of things, but it might be.
It doesn't take away from who you are to me. It's just right now, that shit right there.
Yeah, I'm not doing
that.
For it. Yeah.
But I still I'll holler at you when you come when we can come back together. I'll holler at you, but
Right. And I can love you from a distance.
I
That
always
part.
have your back, but
Right. But I'm out. Deuces. Okay, so so coming up
popping when
this
I'm needed.
week, we got a lot going. I got a lot going on this week. I got 3 shows this week. Woo! Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm gonna be hitting it
Get that
here
bag,
in
baby.
hitting it here in Cleveland. I am not traveling. Thank you,
And if
Jesus.
you are in Cleveland, you better hit Miss JewCee up wherever the heck she is.
I'm gonna be at He Loves Curves on Thursday, and then I'm gonna be at a burlesque event Friday and Saturday. I will be posting the flyer down below, so make sure you guys check us out if you're in the Cleveland area. It is a 2-day event going on for the burlesque event. That's Friday and Saturday, and then He Loves Curves from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Off of Monticello. I'll be out that way. Wilson Mills Road.
What you got, Purple Rain?
What you got going on, girl?
This week, nothing.
Oh, damn.
This
I thought
week-
you had something going on because I was about to be like,
I
got
don't have
nothing.
anything going on till the 13th when I go to Eyes Wide Shut with Mistress Urban. So I don't have anything for next week.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Urban. Shout out.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm plotting. That's what it is. I'm plotting right now. What?
Oh, okay. All right. Plots on.
know
Plots
what?
on. Everybody, make sure you get your tickets for the Ebony Erotic Experience. It is
Yes.
going to be April 26th and
Absolutely.
27th. The tickets are available out on
Nice.
Eventbrite. Do not forget to get your tickets. We have several different pricing options for you. It is a 2-day event. Make sure you join us in Cleveland, Ohio. We are members of the Erotic 7 as well. There's some more beautiful ladies that were putting this event on here in Cleveland, and we'd love for you to join us. So go get your tickets. It's not until April. Great Christmas gift, stocking stuffers, Valentine's Day. All of these events are coming before our event, so you can definitely make a present out of the Ebony Erotic Experience. Yes, yes, yes.
So I just had this realization yesterday when I was looking at the calendar of when the Ebony Erotic Experience is. It is literally the weekend after 420.
Yeah.
So I'm imploring all my 420 friendly people to carry that over to the next weekend and come and
Bring
celebrate.
that ass.
with us. Come
Because we're
celebrate with us.
420 friendly. We're 420 friendly. 420 friendly.
I know I definitely am. I live in California. I can do that. I do it. And I know Ohio is a medical state, so don't play with it. So
I will go to sleep on y'all. F that. I'm not. I'm friendly. I'm friendly, but I ain't participating.
Brownie. Whatever. You ain't gonna know what's in the food. All right, y'all.
Really, JewCee?
Don't mess with my brownies. My brownies will knock you on
I
the
ain't
way.
gonna eat a dang on brownie. I'm gonna bring my own because you're not about to put me to sleep when I'm trying to work. You forgot. I'm gonna be running the dungeon. I can't be intoxicated.
JewCee.
You won't be.
I can't be intoxicated while I'm restraining people.
We'll get you when you need to.
Oops. They got waivers. They'll be fine. They'll be good. We got waivers. All right, y'all. Make sure you check us out.
My friends are retarded, y'all.
Next Monday night. Sign the waiver. And you we will be back next Monday night with more JewCee Tales Erotic Chat. If you missed any portion of the show, you can listen to it on all of our platforms if you'd like to. Although I think Miss Purple Rain,
I think she over us right now.
I think so too.
I'm not. I love y'all.
No, we love you too.
We love you more. So make sure you check us out once again next week. We'll be back here at 10:30 for our folks in Barbados, our brothers and sisters out there.
Yes.
Have Robert on the
on
show.
Central Standard. And for 6:30 for our people out on the West Coast.
West Side.
So make sure you join us then for my wonderful melanated queens, Miss Siren and Miss Purple Rain. I am Miss JewCee. Make sure you have a great weekend or great week. Sorry, I'm ready to get to the weekend already.
I know, right?
Okay. Enjoy and like and embrace eroticism. Bye-bye.
Bye.